As a new time dawns upon mankind, as a new epoch is being ushered in, it is inappropriate for that which is of the past to try to hold man's development back. Yet, sometimes even when meaning to do that which is good, organized religion has actually hindered mankind's spiritual development. It was the church that fought against Galileo. It was the church that fought against progressive science. And it is now the church who looks back on history and says, but we never did this. The church is innocent, for history is as we rewrite it. But history is not something that can be rewritten by the whims of mankind. And you see today the Church of Rome seeking to interfere and meddle in politics all about the world. Yes, seeking to do what they understand to be good, but ill-equipped to do so because they lack a grasp and understanding of the political machinery that is driving the world. The Pope is now saying that he supports the president's agenda for gun control. Does that matter? It matters in as much as the church should not and does not have the right to interfere with the direction a sovereign state takes. Think of this. The papacy has not understood, because of its isolation and insulation, and because of the insular nature of the cardinals, what is occurring in the various governments. So, in the United States of America, the Roman Church pushed for a pro-life agenda with the party they believed was pro-life, when neither party is pro-life and neither party wants to see success, because if a pro-life agenda is successful, the tool they use to create division and win political campaigns is dissolved. Yet, the church actually pushed the pro-life agenda and put George W. Bush in office. Those few extra percentage points of Catholics who actually listened to the Pope put George W. Bush in office and made the Church of Rome responsible for the invasion of Iraq. That is what happens when the church meddles in politics. It must cease. It must stop. Because politicians will take any aid they can get but they will not always honor that they would pretend to honor. Thus, an organization such as a church that works on a pure ideal of what should be is very misled, because it is working outside of the natural boundaries of the political process. And that means when they think they are creating one thing, instead they are letting loose a totally different monster. This is the nature of politics. The church has its own little political kingdom to deal with. But we tell you this, it is far more important to deal with the individual and with the souls of men and women and children than it is to deal in politics and get your fingers burnt. But the church, for hundreds of years, has been dipping its fingers into the political fire. And it has always been drawing forth its hand burnt. This must cease. We are coming into a new time, a new era. We are coming into a new consciousness of existence, one that was understood by the great philosophers like Socrates and Plato and Aristotle, and the ancient church fathers based much of their information on that which Plato has supplied. But the church itself was not willing to think that someone may have had information beyond the knowledge that they possessed. And for this reason, they closed their eyes and stopped their ears when the truth of the past was already made manifest in the writings of Plato, and thus doomed themselves to repeat some of history's errors. So, now is the time for a new beginning. The things we say to you are not soft and they're not easy. And there will be many who will say, "Do not speak such a way, for we are not ready to hear, understand." You are misguided if you think that everything that comes from Rome and everything that comes from the Pope and everything that comes from any of your religious leaders is written in stone by God and is infallible. For there is but one thing that is truly infallible, and that is the divine, the all-merciful, the ever-living God. Man is fallible, even the servants closest to God, they are fallible. Peter himself made serious and grievous mistakes. And if that does not prove that there is fallibility in the humanness of church leadership, then what could? So now we tell you It is time not for you to depart from your faith, but rather time for you to make your faith personal, to make your faith real, to take your faith into your heart and to let it be part of your essence. For if you do this, then there is no reason for there to be the temptation of a few leaders in your clergy to try to force upon you that which is written upon your heart. For righteousness cannot come from without. No one can give you righteousness. Righteousness comes from within as you become one with the thoughts and the will of the divine, and you become one through prayer and meditation. And if you are of the Christian faith, you may say the Eucharist is the greatest prayer and the greatest meditation. But we tell you this, all prayer, all meditation will lead you to God. All prayer and all meditation will lead you to the divine if you seek with a pure heart. And all of the earth is populated with the children of the divine. For there is but one race upon the face of the earth. It may be that mankind has slight outer differences. It may be that there are cultural temperaments, but there is only one human race upon the face of the earth. Surprise, surprise. You look at a driver's license or a birth certificate and it says race, and people will put 1, 2, or 3, or they may put white or Caucasian or black or indigenous. But we tell you there is only one race upon the face of the earth, the human race. And we tell you that the only way the church will have any true impact on politics is for each of you to change your personal lives so the consciousness of humanity changes and is lifted up and comes closer to the will of the divine. We leave you with blessings and we leave you with peace. Peace be with you.